morning, good day, good evening. Hope you're having a good night. Whenever you're watching this, thank you for watching another video of mine. I don't know what exactly this video really entails. As you saw, just like what I've done this morning. Just pretty fun. I don't know, just walk, eat breakfast. Now I'm on my way to the gym. Gonna hit chest and biceps, and it's gonna be fun. Stop and get a prescription. What else? Sorry, the chapstick is wet because my cat knocked it into the sink, and then it was sitting in the garbage disposal for a couple days while I was looking for it. Streaky's very nice, as you can tell. But anyways, yeah, I don't know what this video is gonna entail. Kind of just come along with me, day in a life. And other stuff, I guess. I don't know. I thought about making this video yesterday. Maybe as as later on you'll see a love letter to my future self, a eulogy to the past, some other stuff. I don't know. I just want to talk about stuff. You know, some things are just better out than in, and it made me feel a lot better if I could just, I don't know, just disperse it into the world. Maybe someone else feels the same way. But I head to the gym. Maybe I'll show some clips. I don't really know. I don't like recording in the gym. I feel weird about it. But I'll try. I know a lot of people know me as their friend that works out, so I will try my best. But yeah, just thank you for watching another video. I hope you enjoy this. Yeah, I'm gonna head on out now. All right, bye.
All right, so here we got some dumbbell incline press for I think it's 55 pounds. Yeah, this was one of my working sets, my heavier set, I guess. And so as you see, it's about a 45-degree angle. I try to, that's 50? Okay, that's 50. I think I did 55 though. Okay, but anyways, I try to get a deep stretch, kind of keep elbows and wrists stacked, and then, you know, try to touch the inside of my armpit with the part of the dumbbell there, and then press as hard as I can up, obviously. And yeah, that's that. Alright, here we got just, your standard dumbbell curls. 35 pounds. Not much to explain here. Trying to keep them controlled, not too much swing. Get a good squeeze at the top. And yeah, I definitely think I could have gone heavier, maybe 37s, but I didn't want to jump too far ahead because it's my first time in a week hitting arms, so I was quite shocked that I was able to kind of throw these around a little bit, which I was pretty happy about. But yeah, enjoy the World of Gumball. Wasn't there a mom? No, the mom was in it. There was a cartoon show that had like the parent whose head was always like not shown. It was just the body. I don't know. That's the vibe I feel like I'm giving here. Is my head is not in the frame. It's just my body. But yeah, enjoy.
Okay. Just got home from the gym. Wasn't a bad workout. I haven't hit chest in like a week, or arms. So I thought it was gonna be pretty weak, but actually it was decently strong. Decently strong. I was quite surprised actually. Tried some newer things like a pull down, but that's like bicep focused, and then this it's a prime bicep preacher curl machine, where like you can put the weight to specify like which range it hits. So I was hitting like, I wanted to bias like the beginning range, so that was fun. I did some abs too, and then some weighted push-ups, cable, chest fly, dumbbell incline press, and regular flat press for barbell, which I tried to record, and I like set it up, and I had done like a pretty good set, and then I realized I accidentally hit the record button twice, so it didn't record. Kind of funny, but yeah, overall not a bad workout. Kind of felt bad. I mean, in one of the, like when I was dumbbell incline pressing, I hate recording because I don't want to record anyone in the gym. And this guy next to me, he was like, he's a blind guy. I always see him. He's a really nice guy. And I felt bad because I definitely should have just reached out to help him, because he definitely was like looking to like just have someone like at least walk him to like certain stuff. And I felt bad that I didn't reach out. I feel pretty bad about it. I definitely will next time. I'm gonna make it my goal. If I see it, like I don't want to like make it where like I feel pity for him, or like make it where like he needs, you know, like help. You know, obviously I don't want to like insult him and like act like he's helpless and I have to go help him. No, it's just like be like nice. Just be like a nice person and obviously help him if he needs help, you know, and not like help him with everything, but just, I don't know. But I did, because obviously he can't see. He left his dumbbells, which is not a big deal. If anyone ever would get upset over him about that, they're just weird, not nice people. But I put them back for him. You know, I could do things without having to be asked or anyone watching, you know. So I did that at least, but I don't know. Next time I definitely will help him, but yeah, I have my AC off in this car, so it's getting a little toasty in here. So I'm gonna go inside, make my post workout, then we're gonna go grocery shopping and get some things. Yay! I don't know, but it's a nice day. I might go swimming. I don't know. I'm kind of hairy, so I don't know. Don't want my apartment complex think Bigfoot's taking a swim on this nice day. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in a little bit, maybe when we go grocery shopping or something else. I don't know.
Alright guys, so in this clip, I don't know why it had no audio, but this is me looking at the cat litter, because trying to figure out which cat litter I should get, because Streaky's cat litter that I use now doesn't really clump up as well for his pee, and then it smelled the ammonia, so yeah, enjoy this. I don't know.
Alright. So I'm actually making this video, or like this part of the video, the day after I recorded the whole video. But it really doesn't affect much. It's just this clip that I'm replacing in this video with this one I'm making right now was just like too long, and I feel like too kind of not composed. So yes, I'm remaking this, which I don't really know why, but it just, to me, it's like feels like the right thing to do, and it helps me feel better. And yeah, and I just got off work, so don't mind that I'm looking a little rough. It's been a long day. Actually, I woke up really late. I actually took my medicine, and man, I was sedated for so long because of it. Like, I had slept up until like 30 minutes of when I had to be at work, so that was pretty bad. Like, I woke up and I ate breakfast, but then I just like passed out again. Like, I was just so drugged. I couldn't stay up. Like, it was bad. So I'm probably gonna go a little lighter on the meds tonight. Not that I like took too many. It's just that I took like most of them, and my doctor told me not to. She said only really take a certain one if I'm like really tired, or if if I don't feel tired or anything. Which I feel tired today, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be fine. But anyways, so where do we start? If you don't know me, my name is Franklin. Obviously, it's my channel, as is my video. But yeah, maybe if you don't know me, I'm a shy, quiet person. You know, very reserved, socially distant from people. You know, all my life I've been, you know, quiet and shy, and, you know, not very socially outgoing, you know, and I don't really know why, you know. And well, one thing is, if you also know me, I'm very vocal about this, because, you know, I just express that I want help and need help and look for help. But I struggle with major depression disorder. Now, short term, I'm depressed. I've been depressed for longer than I've ever imagined. Okay, what the heck, bro? Thank you for cutting me off. Like, I'm in 2 right turning lanes, and then you literally just cut. There's 2 right turning lanes. He's in the left right turning lane. I'm in the right. He literally merges into mine to turn right, and then he cuts all the way left. What is that about? Whatever. Anyways, I've been told I've been depressed, you know, ever since I was a kid, and I really didn't, you know, I didn't really understand it until like I was like older, like 17. I've been told I've been depressed, you know, ever since I was younger, being social, because I was shy, you know. Fun fact, not really fun, but I was so shy and quiet that I had like speech problems, like, but it was more of like they wanted me to speak more. So I had like get pulled out of class in like elementary and stuff to go to like a speech therapist at the school to be more vocal. Anyways, yeah, being a bit shy, and like if you've known me, you've known I like would skip school a lot. Like I would never come to school, and it's just because I don't know, I just never felt good going to school. Like personally, like I just didn't feel like I belonged there, so that's why I didn't really want to go, because it didn't make me feel good to go. basically what I'm trying to say. But so yeah, if you know me, I would avoid school, basically any social interactions. Like I didn't really hang out with anyone. Like, I think out of the whole like life growing up from like elementary to high school, I think only one person has ever spent a night at my house. Like one friend, which shows how like, you know, like how socially reserved I was. But anyways, had depression all my life, and I think, well, I know as I'm getting older, it kind of gets worse because I've kind of just left it unchecked for this long time. But yeah, as I get older, it get worse because, you know, I just get like more grown-up feelings, like oh, like, you know, now having like they don't, like, the one thing I feel really down on myself about is like I don't feel like I have a purpose in life. You know, I want to do things. I want to help be a part of what makes this world great. You know, I want to lift up people. I want, as if I would want to be lifted up. And, you know, I just feel like I could always do more, and I feel shame and guilt that I don't do enough. And it weighs me down. Like, one thing is, about just over a year ago, it's gonna be 2 years in this upcoming summer, I had lost my grandfather. He was my only grandfather I had ever grown up with, as my other grandfather, who I don't even really know the name of, had took his own life before I was ever born. And so I grew up with this one grandfather who I lost just a little bit over a year and a half ago. And he was a big part of my life. And I even bear his name. He was Franklin the First, not Franklin the Third. So there's like the pressure of legacy on me when it comes to him, because, you know, he was phenomenal. And I'm not like making this up. Like, he was a high-ranked military personnel. Like, he got a lot of respect from a lot of people in the military. I kind of forget which branch he was part of. I want to say it was Navy or it was Air Force. And he was a teacher. You know, he taught at my like dad's high school, high school. And he also was in charge of like NJROTC, obviously. And obviously he lived in Southern California, Eastern California, Riverside. And obviously, there's like bad parts of every city and town and state and country. And, you know, there's some people that just like get caught up into it. And, you know, he helped kids get out of gangs and, you know, get better grades and, you know, live a better life. There was like people at his funeral who were just like either his students or like people he trained, and like friends and obviously other family, and they all spoke highly about him, how he really affected their life, changed their life for the better, and put them on the right path and everything. You know, he's done the same for me. Like my grandfather, he took care a lot of like me and my cousins. Like, he was always like, every holiday he sent me a card, you know, just to show he was thinking of me. You know, he never missed a birthday, he never missed a Christmas, Easter, you know, etc. Like, every holiday he'd send a card, he'd send gifts, he'd help my mom out. You know, he even raised my cousin. That he took care of a lot of us, a lot of my family. obviously I want to make my family great. I want to have strong bonding with them. I want to, be in contact with everyone of my bloodline. I want to be there for them, see how they're doing, etc., etc. I want to see nieces and nephews, which I know I don't have siblings, but obviously my cousin's kid, that's my nephew, basically. Whatever, I want to be there for him. It's tough while driving, sorry. But yeah, anyways, he was just very inspirational, and I feel like the pressure of the world on my shoulders because of him. I want to be this smart, strong, lovable person. I would say everyone wants to be like that, but maybe I'm wrong. It's just some people who just don't care about who they are, their place in the world. But anyways, so there's that. I'm highly emotional. My depression makes it where I don't have a lot of middle emotions. I have high emotions and I have low emotions, So I feel like if you know me and maybe at one point you thought I was just annoying because I was spamming you or just being really clingy, whatever. I hope you wouldn't take too much offense to it. Just know that I just as a person and a friend, I just love you, and I'm so appreciative to have you in my life, and that's why I was like that, because I was just hyper, I love seeing my friends and hanging out with them. I really do, despite not wanting to be in social interactions a lot. But actually I feel more now than ever I want to be more socially involved in things than ever, because I feel lonely. I do truly feel like I'm an alien on this planet. I don't think really anyone thinks like I think, or wants to do like I do, I feel just I take a lot of inspiration from fiction. Superman is probably my most favorite character ever. He's this alien that's come to our planet, truly doesn't fit in, he's stronger and faster and has powers unlike everyone here. Despite looking like everyone, he is just different. But he still chooses to really try to put his foot in this world and love everyone and everything about it. And he struggles with obviously fitting in, but he still tries, and that's a big inspiration to me. It's that I take away from it. It's no matter how kind of alone or out of place I feel, as long as I try, I'm gonna have a foot in this world. And that's the bottom line of it. Anyways, so that's kind of just a little bit about me. I'm not gonna go too much, but basically just how it's recently the past months, and it's just because I'm probably getting older and it's getting worse thinking of it. I'm doing things to set me into a place of where I want to be in the future. I think sooner than later, this upcoming time of mine, I just need to be more selfish. I feel I've very selfless person. Like, I don't really take anything. I don't take things that I want. You know, if I need it, I'll obtain it. But if it steps on someone else's toes, or like puts someone else down, I'm not gonna like go for it or have it. You know, like I feel like I'm a very selfless person, but I just need to be more selfish. I feel like, you know, people walk all over me. They don't really respect me. You know, I don't really respect myself. I have low confidence. I know that, and it's just why I need to be more selfish. Like, I don't mean be selfish in like a bad way, but just have more dignity and confidence. You know, like put myself first a little bit more than I usually do. That's something I need to have happen for me, and I'm gonna be working on that. You know, and I think so. I've already kind of started it where I've deleted like all my social media for like a lot of good reasons, but it's more to isolate myself, ground myself. Like I'm sorry that I might become this recluse that no one ever hears from again. But I mean, if you care about me and you're just wondering, you know, if you have my number, text me, call me, whatever. I'll always pick up, always respond. I'm never gonna ignore anyone, even if I should. I'm always gonna be there for anyone. I'm always gonna love to talk to anybody. So yeah. So I've deleted like kind of just like all social media, and like for one of the things is like I feel like social media has really warped my reality. Like, it hasn't given me hope. It's kind of just made me delusion. You know? Like, I don't know. Like, if obviously on like Instagram, if you like something, like a couple things of like the same topic, it's gonna start catering to that specific topic, and you can see more and more of it. And you know, like maybe if you're like it might be something that you're manifesting, like, and it's so that manifestation is gonna pop up more, and you become like just a tiny bit delusional. It's not in my opinion, because I've become a tiny bit delusional because of something like that. But you know, I feel like it's really warped my reality, like, and I just need to be more grounded. Like, I feel like the world that's around me, that's at least in arm's length, I don't consider much, you know, like, it's not really something that I take in consideration. I'm more fascinated and obsessed with like the world that I can reach, you know? And yeah, and you know, I think it also, there's like three, are they evil? Are they sins of man? I don't know what they're, you know, like gluttony, lust, and the 7 sins of man. I don't know them, but I feel like I call these kind of like the evils that I've noticed in the world. Like, the first thing is lust. Like, obviously, the more better looking you are on Instagram, the more popular you probably will be. And, you know, at least in the recent times, I've noticed just like more like kind of lustful desires in social media. Like, we have things like OF and you know, corn, you know? And yeah, just like, I feel like, and it's definitely more like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's definitely like a thing that's definitely an epidemic upon, you know, young men like me, where we see all these women who are posting like more like exposing pics of themselves in content to really reel in, you know, views, right? And I'm not saying every woman, you know, posts like that for attention, but you know, like especially in like the last couple of weeks, if anyone watches like Joey Swole, you would see that he has like been very vocal and adamant about the opposition of like OF models inside the gym space doing OF content, like taking off their underwear and rubbing themselves against gym equipment, which is very gross in like sanitary way, obviously. Like personally in the gym is where I get sick the most. Like I've caught COVID. I'm pretty confident I caught COVID more times from the gym than anything in the past. Like when I'm in the men's locker room, you know, urinals, they rarely get flushed. They're almost filled with pee half of the time, and you know, a lot of men I see not washing their hands. So it just kind of shows how very unsanitary the gym can be. Obviously, you know, the people that clean the gym, they do their best, and I respect and love them for that, you know. I don't, but you know, the people that come to the gym, they don't take care of it like it's as if it should be, as it's their own. Which I feel like if you're paying a membership to go somewhere to be for like an hour or two, you should treat it as your own house and clean up after yourself. Now, obviously, you don't treat it as your property and like hoard it or hog it, but you know, clean up after yourself. Not that hard. Treat it with respect as if it was yours, and remember you're sharing it with others. But yeah. So lust, I've been trying to avoid lust for almost since last summer. I realized I've probably had become more lustful towards things. Like, now I wasn't in every woman's DMs or anything like that. There's really only just like one girl on like social media that I would like comment on her pictures, like be like joking and trying to get her attention, you know, because I was lustful towards her, and I realized it was just like, just not me. I'm not a lustful person. No, I do love people, you know, there's no doubt about that. I'm very obsessive, but I'm not lustful in my opinion. Like when it comes to like intimate and romantic love, I guess I'm a one person type person, okay? Like I will be fixated on one person for as long as I can be, you know? Like, I'm not one to be talking to multiple people. I rarely talk to one person, you know? I'm a one person type person, you know? And it's all I need. And I truly only be interested in, you know, that said person for their soul, their life, their love, you know? Nothing crazy. I'm not interested in their body or their looks, you know? That stuff does not matter to me at all, to be honest with you. But obviously I don't think there's one person that I've always been fascinated with like that isn't just the most beautiful person in the world to me. You know, they're so beautiful that they become like almost this new world for me that I feel lucky to be part of. Anyways, yeah, and it's one thing I want to kind of just stray away from is lust. You know, I don't want the idea or temptation in my mind to go look up some girl on social media or the internet just because I thought she had a beautiful body. You know, even though I don't really care about that half the time, I don't want to fall into that trap as it grows more and more common nowadays. What else? Envy. I will not lie, I've grown envious of others. At least, I've always been envy of others. And it's something I want to defeat in myself. You know, I don't want to be jealous of others. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be envious of others, you know. It's something I do struggle with. I don't get jealous as like if I like hate them or dislike them. But I want to be, I obviously want to dispel envy from my body. I want to love myself more and not compare or think of someone else's, like what they have more than what I have, you know? And I think envy runs in this world. A lot of hatred I feel for others, and it's because of the envy they feel, you know? And I think it's something that's bringing down this world, unfortunately. Another thing, the third and last thing is greed. I think greed is run rampant. Like, at my retail job, I deal with customers, and you know, they're not all bad apples, you know. They're just there to look and everything, but I feel like a lot of people they take more than they need, you know. I see it day to day as they buy like hundreds of dollars of clothes and have wagons full of stuff. What do we have? Clothes in thrift stores, they're being resold, or you know, a lot of garbage that, you know, pollutes the earth is clothes. You know, I feel like we bite off a lot more than we chew nowadays. And like on social media, like a lot of people just flex like Rolex and hot cars and etc. Like, you know, it's great if you can afford those things, but I feel like it kind of just, I don't know, diminishes the kind of value if everyone has a Lamborghini or a Rolex, you know? Like, I'm not really into that stuff. Like, I like my classic little silver brown leather watch that I got when I was younger. Or I'm not even into like really those fancy high-end cars. Like, my dream car is like an old F-150 or an old little Beetle, you know? Like, I love the older cars that are cheaper, obviously, compared to like the newer hot rods. But I think greed run rampant. Like, people have become greedier than ever, where they put others down because they desire more and they don't care what it takes to obtain more, you know? So that's why I'm straying away from the internet a little bit. So obviously, if you go looking for me, this would probably be the only place you find me is on my YouTube channel. But you can always just reach out to me. You know, I don't bite. I would always love to hear from anybody. And I just hope you don't take my absence as something negative. You know, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna do good. I'm just there. I'm just not there, you know, on the internet or social media. But yeah. So I'm using all this. This is kind of eulogy of the past. It's what I feel like maybe affects me the most and deters me from being the best version of myself. You know, it takes away my focus, you know, my dedication, determination. That's why I'm becoming more of a recluse. It's to be more self-centered on myself and improving myself. So yeah, that's that. For the future, I'm gonna bring you along in this journey of becoming a better person. But this is just the beginning. Like, if anyone knows me, I've been, becoming more spiritual, or I guess spiritual. I've been going to church, okay? That's what I mean. I've been reading the Bible. I'm only halfway through Genesis, but, I love Genesis, like this first chapter. Like, it's just creation of his world. And it has my favorite story ever, Noah and his ark. Most renowned story ever, but I love like that movie Evan Almighty, and yeah, I love that movie. But I love Genesis so far. I think it's great, and I love how God created this world, saw it became corrupt, destroyed it, and then so He can have a better one again. And that's basically what I'm going through. I would say this chapter I call Genesis because I feel shame and guilt about myself, and I want to destroy that to become something better. So I feel like this is almost in line with Genesis. So yeah, that's kind of my TED Talk. Right now like I said, it's the next day. I filmed most of this video yesterday, but it's the next day. I'm gonna go grab some burger patties. So I'm really hungry. I didn't really eat much today, so I need to get food in. So yeah, there's that. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. I think I'm gonna slot this in the middle, and then you'll see some other stuff. But yeah, ciao. Hello guys, thank you for watching this video. Streaky, do you have anything to say? Hey. He doesn't say much. He's still in the process of learning English. He only speaks cat. But anyways, thanks for watching. That's kind of what's going on with me, or what's going to happen. TLDR, I maybe be more of a recluse and just be a little bit more self-centered, like to develop a little more confidence in myself and respect for myself. But yeah, other than that, I still love everyone. Love this world, and yeah. What else? Just want to say again, thank you for watching this video. But I hope maybe this will inspire some people, and I don't want to be like an inspiration. I just want to be maybe a part of something good, obviously, going forward. So maybe the rebuilding of myself will cultivate others kind of look within and rebuild themselves, and maybe a year from now, when I look back at this, I'll be better. The world will be better. The world's not bad. I let me add that point. The world isn't bad, but I don't like my part in this world right now, and I want to have a better part in this world. So I think kind of like I don't know if I mentioned in the video, but kind of like
in Genesis when, God kind of, tells Noah to build the ark, and take care of all his living things while he lays wrath onto the world because he doesn't like what has come of it. Kind of just like that. Like, this is my kind of like a Genesis moment for me, where I'm going to basically just have a total 360 turnaround and change myself. Kind of look in myself, improve habits, obtain better habits, and just kind of destroy the things I'm not comfortable with in the past going forward, and become more comfortable and prouder and confident of myself, Anyways, that's kind of just the video. The video is like a lot, but let me see if I can, how cool is that? But yeah, that's the video. Oh yeah, it's like literally like 2 days later when I record this video. So this outro is like 2 days later. But anyways, thanks for watching again. Hoping to make more videos. I want to make one tomorrow and then maybe one Sunday. Today's Wednesday, New Year's, so tomorrow would be a new year. I'll see you guys in a year. How crazy would that be? But yeah, that's about it. Anything to say, Streaky? All right. Oh, it's really. Oh, maybe if you weren't in the sink so much, your paws and stuff wouldn't be so dirty. You good? I think he's a little cold. He seemed a little cold this morning. It was literally like 40 degrees this morning. I love it. He's probably has no clue why it's cold. Obviously, he's a cat. He doesn't understand temperature and cold fronts and weather. But I'm trying to help him keep warm. He's a big cuddler. Meow, meow, meow. All right, well, anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good day. And ciao.